I'm not a YouTuber, but my name is Giman Val, and today I'm starting a new Let's Play series. This game is called Forever Skies. It's a survival, crafting, base building type of game. It's a genre that's very dear to my heart, and I wanted to play it. I'm doing this mostly because I've got the time, and I just want to do it for the amusement factor of it. A friend that I've been sort of playing this with here and there has mentioned that she doesn't really do hard mode but wanted to see what it was like. So I figured the best way to do this would be to record myself being an absolute idiot and, share the experience. This game, basically the premise is that there's an apocalypse that happened on Earth. Life has pretty much all died out. Whoever's left of humanity lives on skyscrapers, and there's dense smog covering the planet. And we're all dying of a disease that we have to find a cure for. You fly around in a large airship to go from place to place to loot things and scavenge, and eventually maybe find a cure for humanity. Now, they released a new patch sometime in the beginning of, I want to say late April, mid-April, and it finishes the storyline. There may be other updates they put out, but most of the main part of the game is finished. I've never played through it, and I'm going to do it. That said, we'll launch right into it. Now I'm going to again set this to hard mode. It's going to make me willing to starve to death quicker if I get diseases, which we'll learn about in game. I'll have a lot of them. And last but not least, I want to go over something. This is not intentionally an adult or risque channel, but I'm also not gearing this to kids. I'm also going to treat you like adults. So, if you find that I am reading through screens too fast, just pause the video, yeah? You can unpause. It's not that big of a deal. With that, we'll get into it. I will try very hard to not narrate too much with my own internal dialogue, where inappropriate, like through cutscenes and crap. And we'll just make a regular play. No screaming, no loud antics, none of that, kid stuff. But bad jokes, you're in for it.
All systems operational. Commencing launch sequence.
The virus in your blood is starting to activate. You need to find a cure. For all of us.
Engaging maneuvering thrusters. Good luck. We only know their last reported location.
Track them down and find a cure. Come back.
Communication lost. Resource compartment lost. Brake system failure. Control lost. Initiating emergency landing procedure.
That had to absolutely be what the landing for Captain Olimar and Pikmin was like. Alright. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna cure the Great Plague, and if you missed it in the opening cinematic, we got kicked off the space station because the disease that all humans are just born with went out of remission and started becoming active, and instead of getting everyone more sick, they just said, you're gonna go find our missing expedition team and take your disease with you. Alright.
We arrived at
Out
the
we
source
go.
of the signal.
Okay, sure. So again, we're here in the tutorial, and we're just gonna get the basics down and then launch into everything.
Symptoms of a virus activity detected. Check your health regularly.
Speaking of health, I've got 4, maybe a 5th if you count the 5th one, major parameters to keep an eye on. Health is, of course, obvious. Hunger, you gotta eat. Thirst is for dehydration. In this game, you actually have to drink water. And the 4th one is fatigue. By sprinting and doing physical activity over time, you get tired. If you run, or if you become particularly fatigued, you lose consciousness, and I believe it's treated like dying, where you respawn on your bed or your save point, and you lose a bunch of items. With these two in hard mode, from experience, because I just tested it once to see what it'd be like, what would happen. These bars will eventually drop into the red, and then you will just suddenly die. So probably for the best to not let that happen. Gonna have to manage it because in hard mode, I'm gonna have to burn through my calories way quicker. Alright, no computer. And the power is above us somewhere. Oh yeah, I see it now. There was a power cord going up here, and that got sliced. Just take some stuff. Just like any good, survival game, gotta steal everything in sight, so that way you can have it. So I don't remember how much time has been passing since the start of the expedition. But, it seems to have been a while. Gotta find this crew that's not here. The fact that I don't see them is probably not a good sign. Well, I was born on a station. I don't remember forests. Yeah, hopefully this isn't too bright for you guys. I have the brightness settings all the way down on my screen and on my game, but in some recordings when I was testing this out, the screen was kind of bright. If it's a little too bright to visualize, let me know and I'll try to fix it in future episodes of this. Gotta jump up. Take one solid-state battery. Those things are our friends. A lot of things are powered with solid-state batteries.
New radio message received.
Anything from doors to beacons, stuff that we'll craft. You'll see. Alright. Alright, cool. So now we know why they haven't responded, and it looks just like one of their teammates went crazy. Kinda sucks. Let me take that. Should probably heal up a little bit so that I have better health. Alright, well, crew definitely probably dead. No hand, no shoe. Her face mask has been removed. Oh, that has to be her face mask right here. Alright.
The installation of the printing module has been completed.
This is the suit printer. Everybody gets one. The way this works is, as you unlock things over time, you will find new recipes to craft. They can be anything from useful tools like this extractor here to consumables. And consumables can be like, stuff used for crafting other objects or, health packs and stuff. The extractor is pretty simple. You hover over something that glows and has I guess it's a fractured glass kind of symbol. And there you go. You pick it up. There's a short range for this, so you can't go like miles away. And the bigger the object, the longer it takes to suck it up. The bigger the object as well, the more charge it takes. Oop, come on. And I could go at this all day if I want, but I'll eventually run out of charge. So the way to fix that is you either reload it, it's free to reload, or you suck up these power bank things. Those batteries that are floating through the sky are quick free power, and it's always advisable to try to be strategic about how you suck those up so you don't have to sit there and charge for 5 minutes, because pumping this gun just takes forever. Alright, let's see what happened in here. Oh, right. So, Noah heard voices, and they locked him up, and then he stole their shit and ran. Well done, Noah. You kind of screwed your team here. Oh, I don't know who you are, but I appreciate your sacrifice. I'm realizing now that I have this thing on my wrist, and whoever this is missing a hand. So, this person must have died first, and they were trying to scavenge this to fix it. Hopefully they didn't resort to killing each other. Maybe, maybe not. That's pretty grabbable. I'm gonna grab that. Get this stuff under the stairs. This is pretty good so far. Alright. Didn't see any resources on the way in that looked like I could grab them super easy, so I'm not going to try to fall off the edge. The game's pretty quick to kill you if you fall to something that should be your inevitable death. Take this panel. Grab this canister. There we go. I think we're all set. I may come back here in a minute. See if I have anything else to do. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with this extractor. Mostly just because it's loud, it takes a while to pump up, and it does everything you need it to. Pretty much everything. There we go. We'll steal one of those. And right off the bat, they give you the airship. So we don't have to work very hard to get it. Some games you have to really put a lot of effort into it. This one is pretty generous, no matter what the mode is. I'll take that, thank you. Alright. At least 2 months in, and they're still stuck here. Holy crap. Yeah, they all have to be dead. Especially if that airship's here, and I feel really bad for them. They did what they thought was right. Let's see. Something fun you can do with your extractor is sometimes there are support pylons or something holding up a structure. If you suck up the metal that's holding it up, occasionally they'll fall over. Yeah, a little bit. That's always fun to do. Kinda makes you feel like a cat knocking cups off the table or something like that. Let's go in here. Parts. Parts. Alright. Yeah, so you need batteries to run this thing, and I just grabbed one. So we're definitely gonna get to it. Alright, we're gonna leave that there. May have to eat something else in a minute. E to grab. Crouch to go under. A lot of this game's navigational challenges revolve around light parkour, where you have to jump up and down ledges and duck under things. It's pretty easy, all things considered, and if you're new to get into the genre, it's pretty good. Right? Items that we can actually place on the ground successfully are blue. I insert that battery I grabbed, and now I can use this. The research station is very straightforward. You can unlock the ability to create a thing by researching it, and the researching takes a few seconds. we're going to make a device fabricator because that's what's next on our list. Maybe something to deal with that. Alright. So, I now go back to my soup printer. Because I've been scanning things, I can actually start, or extracting things, I can start making more stuff. So I've grabbed electric elements since I've picked up my extractor. I can now craft those here if I want. I'm going to go down to the tool bit and use the device fabricator to instantly make one of these. We're going to scoot the helm back several inches. There we go. Much better. I feel like I'm a little less cramped in here now. So my hydration level is low, and because they were kind enough to preload some stuff in there for me to use, I'm going to just start crafting.
Printing completed.
This takes only a few seconds now. It used to take a couple minutes, and that's pretty crazy, because you could probably starve to death in that time. Let's see. The water condenser requires a water membrane to use, and it's an automatic little device, kind of loud. You stick it outside your ship, and you put the membrane down, and it fills up with water. Let's just take a look at it, because this will take a little bit to do. While I'm at it, we're going to build a purifier. Now, you can technically drink raw water, like, you know, a dirty hippie, or you can eat raw food. In this game, it's bad for you, just like drinking the quote raw water movement in real life. It's bad for you. There's all sorts of nasty particulates. That water's green. It looks like, you know, the town swimming pool after, you know, winter's over. I wouldn't touch this. So we just gotta throw down a water purifier, and once we have something to put the water in, we can throw it right in, and like fancy brand name water purifiers, it just automatically filters for you. No batteries required. Very easy. Oh look, water bottles. That's gonna be a stack of 5 water units. Just take that. Alright, this is done. I take the garbage that's left over. That's gonna take a few more minutes. Maybe not a minute, but like it's gonna take a bit, like a good second to do that. Oh man, they're really just nailing me with this. Alright, so outside we were given an insect catcher, and unfortunately we're gonna have to eat bugs. I don't like it any more than you do, and if you're squeamish about bugs, maybe this is not a game for you to play. They're not... Okay, I lied. Some of the bugs that you might find in this game are a little freaky. Really freaky deaky, but I wouldn't worry about them. They're not real, they can't harm you. Well, lower. Is this done yet? Yes. Clean water. Very good. And just like I said, we don't want to screw around with eating raw food. I'm gonna make a cooker. And we're gonna cook up food right now. Or prepare for it. We're gonna put some clean water in there. Has to be clean water. Anything you cook in here uses 1 water unit, and it doesn't matter what it is, it just uses 1 water unit to cook it up. And it will change the stats, and I'll show you what that's like as soon as this is done. I'm gonna research the scanner because we need that now. More dead crewmates. Yep. Definitely don't eat anything raw. Oh. That beeping noise is the bug catcher. We can go grab that now. Raise it up. It has to be over an open edge or it won't work. If you have the... gross. If you have the lure out and you try to go somewhere and it would block it, you lose whatever's on it. So make sure to be pretty fastidious about getting it. I'm going to grab this moth. We're going to look at it for a second. All food that you get in the game that's like fresh, that's not like a canned something, comes with 4 stats. A spoiler, expiration date, rather. It'll tell you how long it takes before it spoils. And you can still eat it, but it loses most of its properties. In its raw form, you see how much food it restores, how much thirst it takes away, if it does, and how much health you lose by eating it raw. And then I'm gonna pop the dust moth in here and go get another one. Because I want to eat at least 2 of these before going away because I'm gonna be hungry. It's hard to tell if that sun is setting or rising. I don't quite know. Okay, if anything ever gets in the way of your beam while you're trying to track or something, it completely messes it up. So you gotta be careful about what you're grabbing. One boiled dust moth. While I'm sitting here, let's get a repair patch going. I'm tired of seeing these sparks. Oh, I'm here already. Let's throw down that picture I picked up. And now the bug thing is done. Alright, now let's compare these side by side so you'll see what I mean. When you cook something, it changes stats and makes it better for you to eat as a whole. So it also extends the shelf life of it so it takes longer to expire. Because this is good for like a full day. This is good for 2 days. Maybe like two days and like a... That was 2 days, yeah. But you see how there's no penalties and you're just getting a lot of food out of it. So I'm just going to continue boiling. Alright, go back here. Make a new condenser.
Printing completed.
Suit printer. Let's get a tool out of here. Let's get one repair patch. These are simple to use. You just hover over something until it shows a health bar, and you click it until it's fully healed. You don't have to click on the injured area, you just have to be targeting the item itself. Alright, we're gonna leave that alone. Craft scanner with suit printer. That requires synthetic compound and a solid state battery, both of which I don't have. Now I need a third, but I don't have the stuff for it, so we're just gonna nab it out of the sky. Very good. Let's walk, I can get that later. As long as you're not moving, those things stay on it indefinitely. Outside of the starting area, which all the loot is generally in the same spot, the game is sort of procedurally generated, insofar that the things that you find, the types of locations, are all the same, but the loot that you'll find in them differs ever so slightly. Let's get a battery here. Oh, I missed something. Bottle of water. Eat the dust moth. Here we go. Oop. Open the door. And the lure's worn out, so you can only use a lure like 4 or 5 times, so you have to constantly make new ones. I'm just gonna boil this dust moth. We're gonna do another condenser membrane. And let's go back to my tool. One scanner.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started. Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Now we go to the studies menu. So when you get the scanner, you have two things. You have discoveries, which are the things you can locate on the area you're in, and you unlock more of them as you go. We're here at the ruins. So these are the two wrecked objects we could have found. We got to get this engine, which is this right here. Anything you can scan glows like this. And then it creates a database entry so you can look at it. That's a dead crewmate, number 2. And he was making the cure. This is the machine that No Life destroyed. They mentioned it in a previous datapad entry. And that's another dead crewmate. That's the engineer who starved to death. I feel really bad for these guys. Really, really do. This is a poster. Posters don't really have much of a use except for decoration, because the game doesn't give you a lot to decorate, so you just kind of take these posters you find laying around. You can just stick them on the walls, or on the ship. You can't put them on doors, though. This is not a wall because you can see there's a panel missing. We'll eventually get the ability to make physical walls, and I'll be able to attach things to them. Let me do myself a favor. Move that here, move that here. Alright. Now we're going to take my newfound scanning tool, and we're just going to quickly revisit the entire compound and make sure I'm not missing something. I already scanned that. Oh. Oh, yeah, Noah's drawings. Poor Esther. Yeah, she definitely is the one that had to have died first. Probably followed by the engineer, maybe?
Hydration level is decreasing.
Yeah, I'll get to it. The pooter? You'll notice that the charge on my scanner is quickly decreasing. Unlike the extractor, I cannot physically recharge that. Hold on. You saw it too, right? Oh, that's gonna taunt me. Whatevs. I'm just gonna take a quick jog back over to my escape capsule, which lost all my stuff. Nope. And unlike Captain Olimar, I'm not getting any of that back. Though I do kind of wish I had some leafy-headed friends to do all this work for me. Let's see here. We're pretty much good to go. The last thing I gotta do is build an engine and some fuel and get the heck out of here. So with the ship, you would have, you need propulsion to fly through the air. Otherwise, you can't even go up or down. Really important. Your ship has a max carry capacity, which I'll eventually explain and get to that. Let's take the dust moth. Let me drink water. Fill said water.
Drinking completed.
Alright. Eating, very important. Alright, let's go to the ship exit. Since, let's see, I need 4 synthetic compounds for this. So we're gonna go to my suit printer and realize I can't afford to make any. So back to sky fishing. Oop, dust bunny. This is pretty easy so far. Because we're low in the atmosphere, a lot of these things are going to appear for us. Oh, what the? Bastard. Alright, that should be enough synthetics. There we go, I have 4 synthetics. Let's make one engine.
Printing completed.
Engines go clearly outside the ship. They can be attached to any walls. They can be attached upside down to the undersides of floors. We will eventually get the ability to build lower decks, so you can have overhangs and design your sort of boxy airship however you like. You're adding a basic engine gives you 15 kilometers an hour per engine. You can have lots of engines on your ship if you've got the room for it. There's no like danger zone standing next to one. It's sci-fi magic, guys. Gotta suspend belief. Suspend disbelief. You know the phrase.
Printing completed.
All right, we're gonna throw in the fuel. And just like that, we're ready to take off. Taking a look at the helm for a moment. Once you add engines and fill them up, this blue bar here gets more or less full, and that's calculated on the fly based on the total number of fuel in your engines. We are roughly at the max altitude for start of the game. So if I press shift, I can lift off, and I go up to 230. I press control, I can slowly sink back down. It's important to note that if you land too hard and too fast, you will damage your ship, and that's not good. So and you can also tell that you're docked because of the little anchor symbol in the middle. Your heading is of course on the bottom, and then the wind is right there. And with that, the tutorial is over, and we are now sailing into the unknown on our adventure to save the world.
For the virus. Send it to the space station. Save humanity.
Yep. Alright, and we're gonna find Noah and bring him to justice too. If we can. Oof. Yeah, so below me is the underdust. Do not fly your ship into it. It's not rated for it. In fact, I could do this now and show you what happens if you try it. As soon as I hit R to unlock the speed, I'm gonna slowly descend, and you're gonna see what happens.
Low altitude. Warning. Entering dust layer. Hull damage imminent.
Yeah, that's kind of spooky, isn't it? Don't do that. If you overload your ship and it's too heavy to fly, versus what it can actually like lift off, you will sink into the dust. The other day, my friend and I were playing, and we were trying to reorganize the ship, and we weren't docked fully on the the platform we were at. And what ended up happening is that we took off all the things that helped our ship stay afloat. And when I looked outside, I was like, wait a minute, why are we so close to the dust? And we were about maybe 30 seconds away from having an emergency where we would have died. I've never tested it, but I don't really wanna. Alright, we're gonna open up all the doors, because there's really no reason not to have the doors open at this stage of the game. Ship's too small, and I'd like being able to get out. So we're gonna
Uncharted area.
touch down.
Preliminary analysis started.
And with that, the
Analysis
tutorial is
completed.
fully
Detect
complete.
new objects requiring scanning.
The quests will appear in the top left corner. Every time you go to a new place, you will get new stuff to scan, and I believe we'll pick up there for our next episode when we return. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you again. Fair Farin.